So let's begin with the machine learning methodology or the machine learning framework. Now, any typical machine learning use case or the process involved in solving a machine learning problem can be logically divided into 5 simple steps. It starts by identifying the problem, then gathering the data, performing EDA and building features, or in fact understanding the data, then building the machine learning model, and finally productionizing the solution. Let's get into the depth of it. So, identifying the problem. Typically, a machine learning methodology or the machine learning process is actually a part of a larger problem. So let's say you are a retail giant and you have a problem, identify the problem like the sales are going down or the overall revenue for the current year has been significantly lower than the previous year. And you're trying to understand what is the problem. So this is the larger problem. Now in the process of solving the problem, you understand that the sales and the revenue are actually low because of customer churn. So a lot of customers have been churning out in the past year and the current year. So you want to understand how can you stop customers. So you want to build a machine learning model that can go and predict when a customer will churn or not. So this is a specific problem inside a larger problem. So the larger problem will be sales are going down, and a specific problem inside that would be customers are churning, and you need to actually find out a way to stop customer churn. So when you understand machine learning methodology and you're building a machine learning model, you're actually solving a specific problem within a larger problem. So the process first starts by identifying the problem. Now, in the example which we have been detailing about, identifying the problem will be building a machine learning model for predicting customer churn. So you're predicting when a customer will churn out from your retail chain and so on. But once you have identified the process or identified the problem clearly, the next step would be to gather the required data to solve the problem. So let's go back to the same example. You're trying to predict when will a customer churn, and for this problem, what kind of data would you need? You would need customer related data. So what kind of customer demographics are there, customer transactions? There might be a loyalty program associated with the customer, the kind of points he has earned and the kind of points he has burned. Then there's a store locations are there. So there are store level data. The store has a planogram. So let's say different sort of products and assets are organized into different compartments of the store. Where are these products and assets stored? So the planogram information of that, then product related information, then seasonal information. So apart from transactional data, there are several other data dimensions that will be considered to solve this problem. So gathering data, or step 2 in this process, is getting the data under one roof. Typically, in a large organization, data would be spread across heterogeneous sources and probably in different formats. So getting them under one roof and in a simplified format so that you can go ahead with the analysis is the step that naturally follows after identifying the problem. So once you have the data under one roof, the next step would be to understand the data. And that's when we have EDA. So performing EDA and building features is a step where you get the depth of data, understand what is the data talking about, understanding what is the story in the data. Now in this process, you get the true depth of the data and understand more about the problem. Building features is a topic which you will get into depth in the upcoming slides. But for now, you can understand that building features is a simplified way of projecting data in a more informative way. But once you have built features, you've understood the data, you've performed exploratory data analysis, that's when you have at the right time to build a machine learning model. Now, building a machine learning model is again an iterative step. You'll actually start with a simple model, build more complicated models or more complex models, and finally, in fact, in some cases, create several models and combine them into a single model, and then look for accuracy, a couple of other metrics that you would be interested in. And after several iterations, you'll actually reach a point where you'll have the best model for your use case. But once you finally have the machine learning model in place, you'll actually go ahead and productionize it. So productionizing will be different in different scenarios. So coming back to the same example which we have been discussing. So let's say we are solving the problem for a retail chain. where the high level problem is sales are going down. And a specific problem within this problem scenario would be customers are churning out. Now, productionizing the machine learning solution might actually be building a machine learning tool, which might be a feature which goes into a larger data product, or in fact, creating a machine learning end-to-end algorithm, which might act as a standalone tool. So these are two different scenarios, and in each different scenario, productionizing the solution, or in fact making a solution robust for the future, is what we mean by productionizing the solution. So at a high level, let's have a quick recap. So we have a larger problem, and in that larger problem, we are solving a specific problem. That's when we have the machine learning methodology in process. So you identify a problem, you gather data required for that, for solving the problem. Then you perform EDA or exploratory data analysis, build features, and then naturally understand the data better. And then you build machine learning models, then finally productionize the solution. Now, in reality, all of these steps are iterative. Like, it's very difficult to find the correct problem in the first go. You'll never have the right amount of data identified or collected in the first go. You'll never understand the data in a very concise way in the first iteration. And you'll never ever get the best machine learning model in the first iteration. Productionizing the solution is also an iterative and efforts-in activity. So in a nutshell, if you take up any machine learning use case, it naturally follows through these 5 logical steps. Now, in module 5, we'll actually be working with a real-life use case for a project. So in those modules, we'll actually get in the depth of identifying a problem, and to a certain extent, we'll understand abstracted way of gathering the data. In the present module, we'll talk in detail about performing EDA and building features. We'll understand how we can explore, analyze, and study the length, breadth, and depth of data. So let's get started with EDA.